Like you just had this one lady named Cleo. She used to be a fortune teller, where she was false though. But you have people calling these hotline numbers and trying to get their future read to them and stuff like that. But that's witchcraft. Okay, the zodiac sign stuff, that's all witchcraft. Stay away from it. Okay, Lord hates it. It's an abomination. All right. Verse 12. For all that do these things are abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Verse 13. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. Okay? For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observance of times, and to diviners, but as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee so to do so. So, you know, just because they doing it in these nations and they doing it, like I know it was part of the laws of land, but the laws of land don't say all of witchcraft, do voodoo, because then you will fall into this. Okay, observer of times. You know, the Lord thy God has not suffered thee to do so. He didn't teach you to do these things, but it's something that they tell you don't do it, and then you go over here and you still doing it. And we got that bad Israel. Checking your horoscope and stuff. I mean, at one point I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Taurus. They said you a certain kind of way and blah blah blah. But that's nonsense. Lord don't like it. It's an abomination to him. So stay away from it. Okay. So we're gonna go to Titus 1 now. Titus 1, and we're gonna read one verse. Verse 1. I'm sorry, it's Titus 1. We're going to read one verse, verse 16. Titus 1, and we're going to read verse 16. They profess that they know God, but in work they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and to every good work are reprobate. So they profess that they know God, but their works are not showing it. Okay, so if God's telling you do not follow witchcraft, you got to follow certain type of dietary laws, that you're supposed to be married to, the woman be married to a man and all this stuff. If you not doing that, but then you talk, I love the Lord and I praise him, he knows my heart and all this and all that, then in your works, because faith without work is dead. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then you're just doing it all in vain. Okay. And like I said, verse 16, they profess that they know God, but in works they deny him. So your works, if you're doing the opposite of what God tells you to do, then you deny him, point blank. Okay? So it says, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work are reprobate. So you already having a reprobate mind because you're doing what you want to do. And after a while, the Lord going to say, hey, look, I'm through with them. So then you had a reprobate mind. You going to think you're doing something that's good in the Lord's eyes. And all in the end, you just be an abomination to him. Okay? And that's not good. Okay, so we're going to go to Jeremiah 4 now. Jeremiah 4. Just real simple instructions. That's all. Real simple instructions you just try to follow when you deal with God. Okay, the true living God, not these false gods. Jeremiah 4, and we're going to read one verse. Verse 1. Okay, verse 1. If thou wilt return, O Israel, said the Lord, return unto me. And if thou wilt put away thy abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not be removed. Okay, so you turn it around. If you're doing these things that are abominable that we mentioned in this lesson, and you turn it around and ask God for forgiveness and do things right. And he says right here, and if thou wilt put away thy abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not remove. Okay, so I mean, he give you a chance. He won't kill you. Just repent, ask for forgiveness, because we all at one point, everybody's sin. Everybody comes short of the glory of God. But when you find out that you're doing wrong, you make it better and do right. Nobody's perfect, but you can strive every day to live your life perfect. I understand that, but you gotta want to do it. First of all, it starts with the heart. You have to do it, want to do it. Okay, so we're gonna go to Jeremiah 4 now. I'm sorry, we're gonna go to Isaiah 66 now. Isaiah 66. And we're going to start with verse 3. We're going to read 3 and 4, then we're going to skip. Okay, so Isaiah 66, And we're going to start with verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificed a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offered oblation, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense, as if he had blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighted in their abomination. So, you choosing your own way, and your soul is delighted in your abomination. You just, hey, I'm gonna keep on doing it. Like I said, when I had somebody tell me before, I said, hey, you shouldn't eat pork. I showed them in the Bible that it's unclean, and the Lord don't want you to do it. It's an abomination. They're like, well, hey, sure, I'm just gonna die with a pork chop in my mouth because I can't get rid of my pork, and that's sad. That's a sad thing to think like that. And like I said, not saying that person you can get yourself together, like we read in the previous scripture, that you can, once you find out you're doing wrong and you understand that, you just ask God for forgiveness and then just do things the right way that He wants you to do, right? So, verse 4, He said, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. So, like I said, He had prophets, people going around telling them, warning them, but they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to hearken. They'd rather do the things that they delight in, that was against God. So, like He said, I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. Okay, so we're going to skip down to verse 15. And this is what He's going to say. He said, this is what's going to happen when you keep on doing what you want to do. Verse 15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with His chariots like a whirlwind, to render His anger with fury, and to rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by His sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be how many? Shall be many. Okay, so like I said, there's going to be more people getting destroyed than actually make it. It's going to say it's going to be very few that's going to get into His kingdom. But it says right here about with fire, make a fire, and by His sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. That don't mean that He's going to be begging people. That means He's going to be taking care of people, taking care of business. He's going to plead with them. He's going to destroy them, all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. That's serious. I wouldn't take no chance. Verse 17, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. So, there you go again. It shall be consumed. Any abominable thing, eating swine's flesh, shall be consumed together, said the Lord. So, like I said, He is not playing. He's not playing. Verse 18, for I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come, that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. So, He's going to gather all the nations, and like I said, everybody going to get judged accordingly. Like I said, people think, like I said, because we know who Israel, the children of Israel are, we know that they think they're going to get a free pass. No. Because if you're not doing the work, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then you're just as bad as the person who don't know it. So, I would just rather just take heed of what the Lord is saying, like I said, because He's coming back with fire, and that is serious, okay? So we're going to go to Proverbs 15 now. Proverbs 15, and we're going to read two verses. Proverbs 15, we're going to read verses 8 and 9. Verse 8. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is His delight. So, if you sacrifice and you being wicked and you just have this evil heart and pride and all this stuff, you're abomination to the Lord. But the prayer of the upright is His delight. So you live your life right. You're not, you follow dietary laws. You keeping the Sabbath. You not doing anything that's abominable. The prayer of the upright. He delighted in that. You come pray to Him every day, every night. That's His delight. Okay, because you know that you have a pure heart, you have a clean heart. Verse 9, the way of the wicked is abomination to the Lord, but He loveth him that follow after righteousness. So, if you're wicked, you're abomination to the Lord. But if you're trying to be righteous, then He loveth him that follow after righteousness. So if you're righteous, then he loves it. You know what I'm saying? He know that you're going to do what you're supposed to do, and you're trying to live your life according to what he wants you to do. Okay? So, one more verse just to reiterate, how serious this thing is, this abomination is, being abominable, doing these customs. We're going to see how, just reiterate it again, how serious it is when it comes to the Lord. Like I said, you find out you're doing it, you correct them, and do better. Revelations 21, and we're going to read verses 24 to 27. Verse 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. I'm talking about the kingdom, okay? Verse 25. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. So it's going to just be a beautiful place. It's going to be beautiful. Just no night. It's going to be day. The gate's going to be open. It's going to be, you got to worry about all this crazy stuff that's going on now, okay? Verse 26. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. Verse 27. But check this out. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. So you want to be in the book of life. And the key to getting that book of life is living your life right, follow what God tell you to do, keep his laws, keep his judgment, keep his statutes. Basically just be obedient. Do everything he tell you to do, and your name can be in that book of life. Because one day you can be in it, and the next day you can be out of it. Like I said, it's a process every day. It's a battle every day. Because your flesh want to do the things that it want to do. If it got Satan in trouble, he want to do what he want to do. And he's going around deceiving people now. So if you going against what with Satan and you're trying to learn the ways of the Lord and live life according to you, you have a chance to enter into this kingdom, this place where you don't have to worry about all this madness that's going on like it is going on now. It's going to be peaceful. And I want to be a part of that. I don't know about you, but I want to be a part of it. So that's the lesson. Abominable in the sight of the Lord. Always want to get some understanding in Jesus' name.